Shedeur Sanders, 41 of 53, 9 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's a 77% completion rate. Dylan Gabriel, he had 83 attempts.
Shedeur Sanders has just delivered a performance that defies belief, and what's been revealed has left NFL observers across the country absolutely stunned. The Colorado product stands as one of the most intriguing quarterback prospects in recent draft history, making his recent OTA dominance particularly satisfying to witness. The revelation involves not only his catastrophic rise from fifth-round selection to legitimate starter candidate, but also the complete shift in narrative surrounding his Browns quarterback competition, prompting the entire NFL community to finally acknowledge this historic draft slide redemption after witnessing exceptional preparation and performance. The context begins with Sanders' legendary draft slide, which shocked the football world, as projections had him as a first-round pick before he fell all the way to the 5th round at number 144 overall. The former Colorado star recently demonstrated why teams made a massive mistake by passing on his talents and announced his intention to compete immediately for the starting quarterback position against established veterans. This inflammatory rise escalated expectations, particularly when the Cleveland Browns traded picks 166 and 192 to Seattle to secure his services despite his unexpected availability. The NFL world has been following Sanders' professional transition for an extended period, recognizing what his college production represents for quarterback evaluation. Sanders completed 74% of his passes for 4,134 yards and 37 touchdowns to 10 interceptions during his final Colorado season, raising fundamental questions about draft analysis. Who exactly evaluates talent when a Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year falls to the 5th round? The organization aims to ensure that fans understand that exceptional college performance can sometimes translate directly to professional success through deliberate preparation and natural ability. The quarterback competition provides crucial context because Sanders' emergence cannot be viewed as simple rookie development under normal circumstances. Sanders serves as the most dynamic competitor in Cleveland's four-man quarterback battle, implementing superior accuracy alongside exceptional football IQ that veteran observers immediately recognized. The rookie designed his approach encompassing quick release mechanics, pocket poise under pressure, and advanced command of the huddle that typically requires years of professional development. Three-time Pro Bowl quarterback Matt Hasselbeck recently revealed his assessment of Sanders' early professional performance in a particularly significant evaluation that exposed the rookie's immediate impact. So far in camp, I've been very impressed. I wouldn't count him out to make the team and start at some point during the season. This comprehensive endorsement exposes Sanders' systematic advantages, demonstrates professional-level execution, commands veteran respect through performance, and establishes sufficient competitive pressure to justify immediate starting consideration, ultimately allowing the Browns to maximize their unexpected 5th-round value through accelerated development. The veteran quarterback perspective adds credibility to Sanders' rapid ascension. Hasselbeck, who threw for 36,638 yards and 212 touchdowns over a 17-year NFL career, with Pro Bowl selections in 2003, 2005, and 2007, possesses extensive experience evaluating quarterback talent. His praise for Sanders' footwork and command of the huddle demonstrates immediate professional-level competency. The competition dynamics create compelling storylines throughout Cleveland's quarterback room. The Browns enter training camp with veteran Joe Flacco, 40, third-round rookie Dylan Gabriel, 24, and four-year NFL veteran Kenny Pickett, 27, alongside Sanders in a genuine four-man battle. The age and experience disparities create unique competitive pressure for all participants. The college production numbers support Sanders' professional projection despite draft position concerns. Across 4 seasons at Jackson State and Colorado, he threw for 14,347 yards with 134 touchdown passes and a 70.1% career completion rate, demonstrating exceptional consistency and accuracy throughout his collegiate career. These statistics represent elite-level production that typically translates to professional success. The Browns' investment strategy demonstrates organizational confidence in Sanders' potential. Cleveland's willingness to trade multiple picks to move up for a fifth-round quarterback suggests front office belief in his ability to contribute immediately rather than develop as a long-term project. This aggressive approach indicates serious consideration for meaningful playing time. The fan interaction reveals Sanders' mature approach to competition and media attention. When young Browns fans asked directly, "Are you starting?" or "Is Joe Flacco starting?" Sanders responded honestly, "I don't know." His willingness to acknowledge uncertainty while maintaining competitive confidence demonstrates professional maturity beyond his experience level. The youth camp appearance provides additional evidence of Sanders' community engagement and leadership potential. His presence at Browns football camps and interaction with young fans demonstrate understanding of professional responsibilities beyond on-field performance, suggesting comprehensive preparation for NFL stardom. The preseason timeline creates crucial evaluation opportunities for all quarterback competitors. Sanders' response, "We got preseason first," when questioned about starting quarterback status, demonstrates his understanding of the evaluation process and confidence in his ability to perform when opportunities arise. The coaching staff evaluation becomes critical for Sanders' advancement through the depth chart. Cleveland's coaching staff continues to evaluate all available options, while reports suggest veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett may have initial advantages due to experience and system familiarity. The narrative transformation represents one of the most dramatic rookie developments in recent memory. Sanders has shifted from a player who fell in the NFL draft due to attitude concerns during the pre-draft process to being praised by players and coaches for his willingness to compete during the offseason program. The training camp preparation will determine Sanders' immediate future with Cleveland. As full pads come on, all eyes will be on whether Sanders' college precision translates into NFL performance against more physical competition and complex defensive schemes. The veteran competition creates additional pressure for Sanders to demonstrate immediate competency. Joe Flacco's experience and Kenny Pickett's familiarity with NFL systems provide established alternatives if Sanders requires additional development time. The organizational timeline suggests patience with Sanders' development while maintaining competitive urgency. The Browns' willingness to invest multiple draft picks indicates long-term belief in his potential, while immediate quarterback needs create opportunities for accelerated advancement. The September evaluation deadline creates clear timeline pressure for all quarterback competitors. We'll have to wait until September to see if Sanders will be the starter or whether he receives opportunities later in the season to ignite the Cleveland offense. The draft slide redemption story represents one of the most compelling narratives in recent NFL history. Sanders' combination of exceptional college production, immediate professional competency, and veteran endorsement suggests teams made significant evaluation errors during the draft process. The physical tools demonstration during OTAs provides evidence supporting Sanders' immediate contribution potential. His quick release mechanics and advanced football IQ create competitive advantages that typically require extensive professional development. The leadership qualities displayed through youth camp interactions and quarterback room dynamics suggest Sanders possesses intangible qualities that complement his physical abilities and statistical production. The competitive timeline accelerates through training camp and preseason games, where Sanders will face increasingly complex evaluation scenarios that determine his immediate role in Cleveland's quarterback hierarchy and long-term organizational plans. Will Sanders rise to the challenge and carve out a permanent role in Cleveland's quarterback plans? Share your thoughts in the comments section and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Cleveland Browns rookie Shedeur Sanders delivered the standout moment of Wednesday's organized team activities. The fifth-round quarterback found wide receiver Caden Davis in a tight window during red zone drills. Joe Reedy of the Associated Press called it the best throw of the day. The The Browns posted a highlight of Sanders' scoring pass on their official channels. Sanders zipped a pinpoint pass to Caden Davis in the back of the end zone during a 7-on-7 red zone drill. Social media users debated whether Davis got both feet in before going out of bounds.
Hey, you feel me? Yeah, look, we don't got the same clothes
Offensive coordinator Tommy Rees praised Sanders' preparation and work ethic. He's worked his tail off, Rees stated. The coordinator emphasized Sanders' mental approach to learning the system.
He's worked his tail off. He's really put in a lot of work, as all those guys are. But you could tell on the mental side of the game and learning the system and calling it and having that rhythm to it. He's put a lot of work and time and effort into that. And then when you do that, the game starts to slow down and you can focus on finding completions. He's done a nice job of that as camps progressed.
Sanders faces a four-way quarterback competition heading into the 2025 season. He competes against veteran Joe Flacco, former first-round pick Kenny Pickett, and third-round rookie Dillon Gabriel. Head coach Kevin Stefanski approaches the situation with an open mind. The order of players could shift from day to day. Sanders did not take any first-team reps during Wednesday's workout. Cleveland media noted this development. Daniel Oifusi of ESPN reported that Sanders was the only quarterback among the four not to receive first-team snaps. Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett are the veterans presumably at the top of the depth chart. Dillon Gabriel was drafted in the 3rd round, 2 rounds before Sanders. Sanders took second-team reps at the team's minicamp this past week. He slipped and fell on the first play of his second-team work. The limited practice snaps present challenges for Sanders moving forward. 4th-string players typically receive limited practice reps and few plays in the 4th quarter of preseason games. ESPN Cleveland charted statistics for all 4 quarterbacks during 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 drills. Sanders completed 9 of 14 passes for 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. The interception came on a tipped pass that went to the middle of the field. Media outlets don't normally keep statistics of quarterbacks in helmets and shorts. The Browns' 4-way quarterback competition generates exceptional interest. Sanders might be the most watched 5th-round pick and 4th-string quarterback in recent memory. ESPN's Kimberly A. Martin reported Wednesday that sources within the Browns organization believe Sanders has a legitimate path to the starting role. Listen, in that building, there are people who believe that Shedeur can 100% be the starter of this football team, Martin said during Wednesday's episode of Get Up. Martin's sources describe Sanders as absorbing information rapidly. You said it's incumbent upon the Browns to put him in this situation. It's also incumbent upon Shedeur to do the work, which, talking to people in that building, they've said he is soaking up everything like a sponge, she reported. Sanders actively engages with veteran quarterbacks in the QB room. Sources told Martin that Sanders spends time talking to Flacco and wanting to learn from the experienced signal caller. The organization draws distinctions between Sanders and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel. One source told Martin that Gabriel is everything you want in a quarterback, he's just small. The source suggested that if Gabriel were taller, people would view him differently. Sanders' measurables set him apart from his fellow first-year signal caller. Sanders broke his silence on the quarterback battle through the Browns' official website. He acknowledges the franchise's long history of quarterback struggles.
It been extremely well, I would say. I understand. Really, I feel like the Browns fans, they just want something to hope for, and they've been wanting it so long. So finally, I'm here to change that. I'm here to, actually give what they want.
The ex-Colorado star has made similar franchise-changing claims before the draft after transforming both Jackson State and Colorado. Sanders, the son of NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, compares his career trajectory to Tom Brady's path as a late-round pick.
To know about Shedeur Sanders.
I'm here to work and win. I think everything off the field, that's going to handle itself. On the field, of course, that's what I want my personality, and that's what I want to be known for, is the one that came here and changed the franchise.
The rookie quarterback emphasizes his preparation for this moment. I've been built for this moment year by year. It don't feel new to me at this point, he said. Sanders acknowledges the need to establish himself within the organization. I understand I got to go in here. I got to learn, establish myself, be a great teammate. I got to get all the elephants out of the room with anybody, with anything, any type of problem, what they heard or anything. Sanders expresses comfort with his current environment. It's normal to me. I'm in my environment here. I got my resources here. I don't think anything's too much of a problem. Sanders experienced one of the most glaring NFL draft slides in recent memory. He was expected to be a first-round pick, but fell to the 5th round. Sanders became the 5th quarterback taken in the 2025 draft. The Browns didn't even select him as their first quarterback, having picked Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round. Sanders' college statistics suggest first-round talent. He completed 71.8% of his passes for 7,364 yards and 64 touchdowns at Colorado. Sanders finished 8th in Heisman Trophy voting last season. These eye-popping numbers indicate he should have been drafted much earlier. ESPN NFL draft analyst Matt Miller told TalkSport before the draft, "You're kind of waiting to see who's going to be left standing, and it might be Shedeur." Sanders' draft stock fluctuated significantly in the months leading up to the draft. Several factors contributed to Sanders' draft slide. He did not hire an agent, which completely backfired. Father Deion Sanders spent the year before the draft hinting that Shedeur wouldn't play for a bad or cold-weather team. The family appeared willing to play hardball in dictating his professional destination. NFL reporter James Palmer addressed Sanders' roster security during a Bleacher Report livestream. 5th-round picks are not a lock to make the roster, so no, I don't think he is 100% a lock, Palmer stated. He emphasized that Sanders faces a genuine battle to make the 53-man roster. Palmer acknowledges Sanders' commercial appeal. "I think he has one of the highest-selling jerseys in the NFL right now," Palmer said. "I think that sometimes play a part. Popularity. I hate to say it, but it does oftentimes, especially in the eyes of owners." Palmer believes Sanders will likely make the roster despite the uncertainty. "But you don't draft a guy in the 3rd round and cut him," he said regarding Gabriel's relative security. Palmer predicts that only one veteran quarterback will remain on the roster. "I think one of the two of Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco will make the time. There's no advantage between the two veterans. I don't think they're both here," he said. Palmer concluded his assessment with cautious optimism about Sanders. "I think Shedeur is not a lock to make the roster. Do I think he does? Yes." Deion Sanders' public involvement significantly impacted his son's draft prospects. The 57-year-old coach holds a 13-12 record as the head coach of a college football team, but acts as if he remains an NFL expert. His constant media presence created unwanted baggage for NFL teams. Deion publicly blasted several prominent sports media figures during the draft process. He appeared to insist that ESPN's Dan Orlovsky had become a hater, tweeting, "Yes, he did. Wow." Pat McAfee, Paul Feinbaum, and Sean Keeler all felt the wrath of the Colorado coach. Deion defended his son after the draft slide on the Say What Needs to Be Said podcast. Deion said,
"Whatsoever." So when you sit up there and say something like he went in a meeting unprepared, like, dude, Shedeur Sanders, who's had 6 different coordinators, who has still functioned and went up, leveled up every time we brought somebody new in, and you're gonna tell me he
every situation.
You're gonna tell me he had on headphones. Shedeur, anybody know my son, understand he's a professional. Like, he's gonna go into a meeting with headphones on. Like, y'all, come on.
You know what that tells me, Coach? That tells me somebody was looking for something.
The elder Sanders criticized media narratives surrounding his son.
That's all you got to do.
But people don't want to do that. They want to create these narratives and create these stories and then attach them to a kid that ain't never done nothing wrong.
Yeah. How does that make you feel when you see your colleagues or your peers going in on you, man? Like, how does that make you feel?
No idea, man. You have no idea. Like,
because I don't think people be understanding, like I got kids too. These are our kids.
NFL teams typically avoid players who come with excessive external drama. Tim Tebow and Colin Kaepernick both saw their careers affected by surrounding noise.
And stop lying. Like, you got to understand, my kids are built for everything. We had 2 TV shows, and then we had shows in high school with playing football junior and senior year. So we've always been in front of the camera, so they know how to navigate. They know how to handle themselves. Yeah. And you're not going to catch them in no foolery and no mess. You're not going to do that whatsoever. So when you sit up there and say something like he went in a meeting unprepared, like,
the NFL operates as the most cutthroat sport in the world, where contracts are rarely guaranteed and careers can end instantly.